Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Game 3 of the NLCS takes place this afternoon out in Los Angeles. The Milwaukee Brewers down 2-0, taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. 5:08 first pitch Central Time. Pre-game coverage starts at 4:30 on the Brewers Radio Network, right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Hey, Pat Murphy, what are your pitching plans today?
Pitching plans, yeah, it's under construction right now. Talking about it, obviously, anyone that follows us knows that we've got Quintana and Mizorowski for some bulk. We've got with a day off, all our relievers should be good. So we'll navigate from there.
Watch along the Brewers-Dodgers game this afternoon as it begins. Jim, Matt, and Molly live from Ho Chunk Gaming Madison from 4 until 6 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania tonight on YouTube. Middleton, Madison West.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky, it might be almost to the point of Ruth?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Thursday edition. The, I presume, Nervous Energy edition for Game 3 of the NLCS as the Brewers look to get on the board after a 0-2 start at home against the Los Angeles Dodgers edition. I don't know, as nicknames go, I'm not sure Silly Body is one that I would want. We'll explain coming up edition. And I name-checked Tausch and Bulaga yesterday in my conversation with Zach Tom. Also swore in my conversation with Zach Tom. But I'm very curious to see how he's going to get through the next 12 games edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need. On the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, all-customizable, and, as the saga rolls on, great replacement for your use of Spotify. It is the ESPN Wisconsin app, which actually has our program on it. Go to the Apple and Android app stores to get it. It is easy. It is free. It's worth your while. I cannot apologize enough. We're still working on it. Our best man is on it, Pratik. Hopefully it gets done soon. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. I still blame him for this.
Where do I rank among we have our best people on it?
Well, I'm frankly, I'm kind of curious as to whether or not you might be the reason why it's not working.
Oh, boy.
What?
This could get ugly quickly. I think this is an off-air conversation between you two, because I could tell you this. It ain't me. And normally you know this. In this case, I can't trim it up. I'll let you two discuss that off air. Let's get to the Brewers. Let's get to the show. Let's get rolling because is there nervous energy? Absolutely. I'll say from my end there is because if we don't get it done tonight, it's Rap City, USA. It's going to be Rap City, USA.
All right, first of all, I wasn't going to have that conversation. I really don't think it's Jesse's fault. Secondly, from his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer and a Hall of Fame interrupter. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
By the way, you ain't bad yourself. So I think there's a lot of nervous energy, but I actually think so. Last night, I didn't watch I didn't really watch hardly any of that Mariners Toronto game. But I think it should give us a lot of because, correct me if I'm wrong, the Mariners went up 2-0, and I'm sure if that happens tonight, there is going to be panic in Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin. Toronto chipped away, and they went on a barrage. They barraged it. Now, do I think we have that barrage in us? We've scored double digits quite a bit. We need to find a way to just chip away and get back in this thing. So it looked like for at least the first couple innings that this is going to be 3-0. Baseball has a funny way of kind of balancing itself out, and I'll be curious what Milwaukee does with their starting pitching, as we just heard Pat Murphy talking. But I am nervous because I do think tonight is do or die. We're not the Boston Red Sox of circa 04. I don't think we can come back from an 0-3 against this group with Snell and Old Boy still ready to pitch. You got to get one tonight. Tonight there's no negotiation here. Tonight needs to happen or this great Brewer season is going to be coming to an end.
All right, so what is it about? By the way, watching Blue Jays Mariners last night, and I'm not familiar with his first name's not Justin, it's something else, but Bieber, their pitcher, the Blue Jays pitcher,
Shane Bieber.
Shane Bieber.
Dave Stieb.
Well,
sure it wasn't Dave Stieb?
What was I saying about interrupting? I was watching that. I was actually going to take a picture.
Stopped. Oh, okay. I thought you'd stop talking.
I was actually going to take a picture and send it to you because he had the mustache working and everything. They were wearing the throwback uniforms, and I was like, oh, my God, Dave Stieb is pitching for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Jimmy Key? Wasn't Jimmy Key their lefty?
Well, what was really weird, they had John Olerud at first base with that helmet on in the field. It was
they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Edgar Martinez is actually their hitting coach. He is there still.
For Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Ichiro was there. He took, infield for a while or something yesterday before the game.
Ichiro seems to be the guy. He could play till he's 70. Ichiro could still hit that little slapper down the third base line and leg stuff out.
Did you see they played a inter-squad scrimmage when they had the bye through the wild card round, and Ichiro was playing in the game against the current team?
That's awesome. That's fun.
So, anyway, Dave Stieb. Yeah, that's who he looked like. He had the mustache and everything.
Yes, but they had the baby blues on, and
yes.
It is. I think that series, obviously, I think most pundits look at it as being more equal and are very surprised by the fact that Toronto lost their first two at home. I don't feel that way about the Brewers. I think most pundits look at it from the Dodgers just are more talented everywhere. They're going to beat them. We're not shocked that they were 2-0 going out to L.A. So this is this group, and this is the market that we're in. You're going to continually be looked at in a lesser way when it comes to this time of the year. Oh, the regular season's different. I don't know how many people have told me. Well, because I bring up, they swept them 6-0 in the regular season, and everybody's like, well, yeah, you might as well be talking about preseason football when you're talking about the big boys. And for everybody, and I saw Brust's rant on KBN. It was somebody posted on social media.
I missed that.
About effort. It was about effort and everything else, and Benny's a passionate Brewer fan. But do you really think at this time of the year effort is what's in play, or is it just I can't execute?
Yeah.
Like I don't think Yelich and Durbin and everybody that's kind of struggling is going up there kind of half blanking it. I think it's these pitchers got them. They're not able to execute, and they're pressing to try because they want it so bad. I don't think it's a lack of effort as far as that goes. So
did Ben really said that?
I think I would have to. I want to make sure. I don't want to misquote him, but the clip that I saw there was effort brought into it. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I do believe that was part of it. Benny's frustrated, like I think everybody that was at AmFam Field, because it's just been so flat. And it's not flat because the team is flat. It's flat because we can't get anything going.
Right, against two really good pitchers.
And by the way, baseball is not – this isn't like you can get deflected balls and you can, make a play on special teams. This is it's me versus old boy in the batter's box, and if I don't win it, nobody's going to be cheering. There's not a ton other than battling, and I think maybe his point is let's battle in the box a little bit more. It's just everything is – and I've said this too. Everything has been too easy. Like old Davey over there just chilling in that. That's the thing. I want to see him at least get up and have to walk tonight. I don't want him sitting in the dugout chewing his bubble gum. He is in chill mode city. Tonight he'll have the sunglasses on because the game's at like 3:30 out there. He'll have sunglasses on, and if he's just sitting there chilling in the first 5 innings of that game, I'm going to be I want him chewing gum and having to stride it out like he's nervous. I want to get him nervous for this. Okay? Because he ain't been nervous.
Okay. I don't want to criticize someone without knowing the facts. So Jesse, who does a great job on this program, even if it's his fault that we're not on Spotify, has unearthed. You're also blurry today.
He's the best in the business, Jesse is. Look at him.
Just ask him.
Pulling audio when we didn't even ask for it. Love it.
Jesse has the Ben Brust rant. Is this? Okay. Are we going to get to the end of this and have the congratulations? We're all dumber for having listened to that. You award 0 points.
No, let's listen to it, and then we'll get your reaction. Because Benny, as we've seen, Benny has gotten coaches fired. He is a passionate.
Has he said anything about Fickle lately?
Who the hell gives a whether Ben Brust is great?
I have not. I have not seen anything. I don't know.
Here is Ben Brust with his take on the Brewers. I'm told.
But through 2 games, we're watching a bunch of crap.
Yeah, it's true.
Bunch of crap at American Family Field. It's full of people in the stands, and you're giving a half-ass effort. It's horrible. The at-bats are crap. You don't work the count. You're swinging on crap first pitches. The pitching has been great. There's no pressure on the pitchers. You basically are showing up to watch pitchers and the Brewers pitcher grind more than the Dodgers pitchers and watch your defense play. The amount of time that the Brewers spend at bat versus in the field is insufferable. This is an NLCS. This is not a wild card or a DS. This is a team that we know is capable of more than they're showing. And so to sit here and act like I'm okay, I'm not. Can they show it again in Game 3 on the road? Absolutely. But as I'm listening to Christian Yelich and his monotone answer at the locker room saying, we got to be better, I got to be better, yeah, no crap. You're 0 for your last 17. You're hitting 18 million ground balls to the right side of the infield, and I'm sick of it.
He's sick and tired.
I'm
Yeah,
mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
I characterized that pretty well, I think, right?
Half-assed effort.
Yeah, I totally disagree with that part of it. Like, I don't know any professional athlete that gets in these positions. And it's one thing from an execute, and that's kind of what I said. It's
It is
from an
what you
execution.
said.
The guys are not executing. And the energy comes, and you always say this in football too, Jason, where do they come out flat or do they just not execute, and that leads to flatness? There are some times where you can kind of get a sense, well, not that you throw your helmets out in the field. That's the old saying coaches will use. But there are some games you're going to be more amped up for some games compared to others. And it's really hard to get amped up for all 17. And I know that bothers fans because it's, you only get so many opportunities. Totally, I get it. I understand it. I think Benny's point on AmFam Field and battling the count and all that other stuff, this isn't an effort thing. This is an execution thing.
It is not.
And right now, also, by the way, I've said this a million times. There's nothing harder to do in sports than hit. You imagine trying to hit 97, 98, and then you're throwing these off speed and this stuff, and you're hitting
balls that move.
It's hard. Now, whether or not you want to be upset, we all want this so bad because it's been so rough. And you understand that this narrative around the Milwaukee Brewers, even though they've advanced, and by the way, NLDS and Wild Card, you still got to be good.
Yes.
Like this isn't like a preseason game down in Maryville, Arizona. Like you're still going to be bringing all your heat in the first round of the playoffs, or you ain't getting to the NLCS. So there's a couple things about the rant that I have issue with, but the overarching theme here is the team is not executing at a level that's going to get it done. And how you change that, I think it's partially you need to mix and match the lineup a little bit. I do think you got to drop Yelich down. I don't think you're going to pull him out of the lineup, but he is struggling in a big way. Yeah. And he's our bell cow.
Yeah,
it's hard when your bell cow isn't delivering.
You know who's even more frustrated that Christian Yelich is struggling? Christian Yelich. Like, do we really think he doesn't give a damn? And that he's half-assing it at the plate? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be kind here, but we should know better than that. I understand that is the manifestation of frustration.
Yes.
But we still have to
Benny
think about...
is all in on the Brewers. He's all in.
Right,
and he's irritated and frustrated, but I think he's channeling it in a way that I don't fully understand. Like, that's the part of it. But fans do that. And that's why I do understand where he's coming from. I don't agree, but I understand the basic root of where he's coming from. The effort thing is what, and Benny's an old athlete. He knows. It's not like he misses 10 shots. It's because of effort. It's because he didn't have it that day. And by the way, maybe somebody's guarding him in a big way and he can't get a shot off. That's how I would look at this from a baseball perspective. It's not as easy as just, hey, let's go put the pitching machine on 85 and let's just go rake. Yeah, no blank. That's not what this is. And so hopefully it changes scenery and it's, an afternoon. You get that great LA
afternoon
sunshine.
Delight.
You have all these different things. Maybe that will trigger, like Mike Ayers, get that sun on the cornea, and all of a sudden something hits different, and you produce at a different level. And then you know what will happen, J-Dog? All that energy will be bouncing through the roof because you're doing something, and you can feed off of it. Right now, we basically starved ourselves with the exception of the 9th inning in the first game. We've been on basically a 2-game water fast. And there's a lot of skinny guys on that team. Not a lot of carbs and heft to kind of get through the winter. You know what I mean? You don't see bears going into hibernation on water fasts. They don't. They load up, carb load, and everything else. We're water fasting. We need to head out west, and we need to get us some good avocados and whatever else. We got to get some good fats.
What is this word
us.
salad that you are delivering right now?
What do you mean? We need to go get some good fats out west. That's what we need. Because right now, we've been water fasting and just kind of, eating seeds and little baby berries. We need a big kill out there.
You think people come to Wisconsin to get skinny and then go to California
Jason,
to bulk up?
Jelly, what I'm trying to tell you is what I'm trying to tell you is, it is opposite. We were hoping to feast at home. We didn't. We fasted. We didn't want to fast, but we did. So our energy maybe dipped. Now we go out there and we have to go and do something in a different way. That's what I'm saying. It's not about, obviously our cheeses and dairy are much better than what they got, but we didn't feast. So now we either feast or famine. I hope we don't famine. We're sitting here talking about how we should have done this and we should have done that. Get out there and famine on some avocados and whatever else they produce out there.
Get out there and famine on some avocados or whatever
feast.
they produce out there.
Feast. We're not famining out there.
Famine. You said get out there and famine on avocados.
We famined enough here. We need a feast out there.
I think you nailed this.
Look, I would much rather listen to this.
I don't
than
think
have
you guys
the
fully
effort
understood
level
my
question.
point on it.
No,
I don't know. You're
we
right.
did.
I have no idea why anyone would struggle to understand your point.
Did we feast on anything at home?
No.
We weren't eating meats
No.
and cheeses. We weren't doing any of it. Brats?
They were
We didn't have a
water
brat.
fasting.
What Churio had one brat. Everything else was tepid water. It was tepid water. We didn't even get bone broth. We didn't have any bone broth with our fast. When it comes to your home, the smart play is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. I'll tell you what, whatever Gina has done, it's been fantastic. She's sleek. We all know the Gina Della story.
She's
from
been
that, and we all know
on avocados.
or
who's
whatever they got
interrupting
out
who
there.
now, huh? Hey, boy, somebody is being a little hypocritical here this morning, and it's not me. And you know what else? If you're looking for it's not hypocritical here, I always tell you about Pella Windows and Doors, and this month, score a whole house of new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month. 0 interest for up to 60 months. It's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all of the drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
I got a text. I agree with Brust. If only the Brewers cared, they would have crushed Snell and Yamamoto.
Yeah, that's a tough argument to make. The great avocado famine of 2025 continues on Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 Crafted Flats pizzas. Mark Tauscher here, and new at Pizza Hut, 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch, and Nashville hot chicken. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 handcrafted flats at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
As the Packers gear up for their Week 7 matchup in Arizona against the Cardinals, they're preparing for 2 quarterbacks. Regular starter Kyler Murray missed last week's game due to injury and may miss another one this week, leaving veteran Jacoby Brissett as the option. Laflur on the challenge, preparing for 2 different quarterbacks.
Both those guys have different skill sets. Obviously, Jacoby went in there and was very productive. I think it was the most productive game up to this date. And we all know the type of player that Kyler is, because he can make the on-schedule and the off-schedule.
Regardless of who's under center for Arizona, the Packers, 6.5-point favorites. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. his parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I love you.
So I don't want to assume anything. But joining us now, maybe to
Engler's laugh is the most underrated part of that whole thing.
I would agree.
By the way.
Maybe to defend himself in his position, maybe to acknowledge that maybe he got a little carried away, maybe to get mad at us for publicly shaming him for his take.
We didn't shame Ben.
We criticized him.
I disagreed with him.
I think we criticized
That's not shaming him.
Well,
Yes.
let's find out. But apparently, we've opened up his microphone in the Gruber offices, one call That's All Studios, and joining us now, I got to question his effort of even coming on the show. Is this just a half-assed appearance, or is he really trying here?
Wow.
I think what he was saying.
Hell no, I'm right here ready to roll.
Oh, there
Okay,
he is.
tell us more. I don't want any crap. I don't want to watch this crap. Hi,
The
Ben.
only thing that I will say is, yes, the first thing that I would like to point out is half-assed isn't the message that ultimately I'm trying to get across here. I know that this team is doing their best, but what I'm just trying to get at is what we've seen from this team over the entire year. And after game one, I was pretty confident based off who this team has been under Pat Murphy that they would respond. And from a plate discipline standpoint, swinging and chasing at first pitches, falling behind in the count, Tausch, you said it. You said it. You have the blueprint. We all have the blueprint to this series, and that is getting to the bullpen. And yes, Snell, I would say Snell is different than Yamamoto despite him going a complete game. Snell did not make any mistakes. Yamamoto's splitter was absolutely disgusting. But I still believe in these guys that I've seen them all year long. This is the first time when I was there. There was people asking. It was full of fans everywhere, waiting for the moment to get excited, and there was not a single moment. And this is the first time I feel like I've looked at the batters in the box and now consistently seeing every single one of them feel a little bit lost. The way the Brewers win is putting pressure on every pitch, making the opposing pitcher have to look at first base runners, potential steal. You put it in play, you run it out, you have a couple errors made. Like, that's who they've been. And so my frustration is I know this team is capable of more. The emotion probably overtook me in saying it was half-assed. I know it wasn't half-assed.
That's all we said.
I think that was just me. Yeah, that was just me being frustrated after making sure even after the New York series, I was like, I need FanDuel. I watched every single game possible, and so I'm frustrated to see what I know this team is capable of. When you have a team that wins 14 straight games, and 8 of those games you come back from, there's a sense of like having a confidence in what they can do against anybody, and I haven't felt that from this team, and it's frustrating. So yeah, half-assed too far. Frustration about how these at-bats have gone. Absolutely, I will stand on that a million times. And for Yelich not to have an RBI since 2018 in the playoffs, he's the face. He's the guy. And like he had a great year. 29 home runs, almost got to 30, over 100 RBIs, has been the leader. Loved everything I've heard. Caleb Durbin said, you go play the Milwaukee Brewers, you better be ready for 9 innings of war. There hasn't been that war. And Christian Yelich says, when you feel like you need to put the team on your back, someone's going to step up. Nobody is stepping up offensively, and it's tough when you have a guy that is capable of a lot more in Christian Yelich not look like a shell of himself from what we've seen.
So, Benny, and this is when I saw the quote, and I know you as an athlete, and I know how invested you are with the Milwaukee Brewers. So I understood, but you know the cardinal sin is questioning effort as an athlete. You know
for
that.
Sure.
And that's where I thought
ownership.
You went too
Pat on the
far.
back to me.
And I know. And I said you got way too emotional. So I'm glad you clarified that. But you can't argue in the fact that the execution has just been poor. But part of that is that their pitching has kind of owned us. But were you feeling this way after the Cubbies went down there and beat us around at Wrigley last week at this time? You still believe that what this squad has done throughout the year, they have that in them to do it. Pat Murphy believes it. Would it have been awesome to be 1-1 going out to L.A.? Absolutely. They're not, but I feel like Hunter did this last week. You did it a little bit yesterday, where there is the frustration and the bubbling over, but there's still a lot of ball left to be played, and this team deserves the benefit of the doubt. Even though I agree with you about Yelich struggling, I think you have to move him down in the order, and you have to do something if you're Pat Murphy to get a little fire, spark this thing, because right now it's wet, and you got Lumber out there, and I don't know, outside of Churio, who's igniting this thing? Paul Molitor was called the igniter back in the 80s. We need an igniter to get this flame going, because right now it's not there. Something different has to happen.
William Contreras was amazing, and he's been amazing all playoffs long. He was the igniter in not like in any moment he would be there and have that clutch hit. But here's the facts. The facts are, unfortunately, since Game 3, they have not been that good. They've lost 4 of the last 5 games. Going back from a Dodgers standpoint before the regular season, they're 27-6 in their last 33 games. They're rolling. We know that they are very, very good, and they got healthy at the right time. Their lineup looks completely different than it did when you swept them before and after the All-Star break. Their pitching staff is much healthier. This is a tall task, but I do, like you said, Tausch, they get the benefit of the doubt. I still believe that you can go into Los Angeles and win 2 of 3. It just becomes even harder. In that 5-game series, I was very confident. But when you look at a 7-game series now, from a pitching standpoint, it's going to be even harder. So putting yourself in this 0-2 hole, when you look at the series from a 2-3-2 standpoint, only 24 or only 3 times, it's been 24 out of 27 times that the road team that's won 2 games, they've gone on to win that series. That's 89% of the time. So I think that's where my frustration is putting yourself in this hole and having to dig out of it when I know the team, despite how great, I know. My daughter goes down at 7. My wife goes down at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I sit there and I watch West Coast baseball all summer long. I know what the Dodgers are capable. But from a Brewers standpoint, I know what they're capable of as well. And just because we don't have the names, don't have the home run power, they haven't played the type of baseball that puts pressure on any team to make it feel like they're going to, like, even going back to game one, after the crazy double play, I was like, this is what the Brewers do. They're going to come back on this bottom half, and they're going to manufacture some runs, and that momentum's going to shift. And like Pat Murphy has said in his in-game interviews, in baseball, momentum can swing with one pitch. I'm still waiting for that one pitch, and I'm still waiting for that igniter that you're talking about, Tausch. Somebody's got to be that, and you need it ASAP because you can't wait any longer.
Well, I just felt like your rant yesterday, again, I'm glad you clarified. It's always great, and I get it.
Emotional
You're on the
guy.
radio,
I'm sorry. I've been invested.
Emotions get the best of you. I'm glad I'm glad you clarified. I get it. I get it. But you sound resigned to the fact this thing's Rap City. And is it? Could it be? Sure. But, 89% and all this other stuff. This is where fans need to, just like I thought Pat Murphy was genius in calling out the fans to make sure AmFam was rocking last Saturday night. This is where fans need to be here. It can't be the other side of it. And there is the reality of what's on the ground, and then there's the fanatic side. Jason doesn't know this because he's not a fan. He's just sitting there.
Didn't know that.
Oh, I saw him writing down all these notes that you just said, and he's like, yeah, that's probably how it's going to play out because those are the numbers. But this is where you need to be, is it not? As a fan, you have to sometimes have maybe a crazy belief, especially when you're a small market team. Okay, well, there you go.
Absolutely. Again, like I mentioned, they came back in the 14-game winning streak 8 times in those games. And like it's within them. I think that's where my frustration is I don't want to see this team that I know is great and did things in a way that was so special all year go down this way in front of these national audiences, because the narratives will just continue. And I just have believed in what they've done all year that I'm frustrated seeing this play out, because I know that the pitching was great. Snell better than Yamamoto. Yamamoto went the complete game. I get it. But they're not executing the way they've executed all year at the plate, chasing, getting down 0-1, and then the control goes to the pitcher. And when you have as great of pitchers as they do, they're going to dominate that game. And we haven't gotten to the bullpen like you have talked about on Monday on Wilde and Tausch, the blueprint to getting to the World Series. And think about it. Snell went through 8, faced the minimum. You get to Roki, Sasaki in the closer, and you made that a ball game still. Yesterday, or I guess 2 days ago now, just sat really, really tough because you get a first pitch home run, then your other 2 hits are 2-out singles, and you weren't able to get the 2-out rallies, and everybody in American Family Field, they were there. Fans are there. Fans are behind this team.
Yep.
Just looking for something, to get excited about right now, and I'm on to Game 3. That is in the past. And I'm looking forward to 508 to see how this team will respond, because I said it after Game 1. Have the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers ever in this year not come on the other side of adversity? They always have. Fortunately, I said that after Game 1, and then I got clipped, and people, Dodgers receipts, TikTok has 500,000 views of me with a bad aging post about
Viral
them not coming back from adversity. But that message from Game 1 is the same after Game 2. It's a reset. You fly out there. This team has been different all year. I'm not going to give up hope, but I'm also not going to lie about being frustrated how the first 2 games have played out and how much I believe they have more in them.
There you go.
Thanks, Ben.
Hey, Benny, before you go,
thanks, Jason. It was good.
Watch
it was good
party tonight on
to
ESPN on ESPN Milwaukee, or give us a little taste. I know you and Strophy and the crew down there have done a great job with letting us all see your emotions. Are we doing that tonight?
There will be a watch party. My wife has done nothing but take care of our daughter while I've been doing watch parties and going to games.
Oh, that's great.
That tonight is her night, so I will not be able to do a watch party.
Oh. She's doing
book club.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun. Okay.
So I say you check out Josh DiMaggio, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe, and the whole crew that will be watching live because it's amazing. It is amazing that 8,000, 7,000 people are tuning in to watch what we have to react to while everyone's complaining about Ron Darling on the national broadcast.
Ron Darling.
I got to question your effort level if you're not doing the watch party tonight. I got to be honest.
I kind of was thinking, does that mean Benny's jumping off the ship like it's a Thursday
How many watch
night?
parties have you guys signed up for?
He's up watching carriage racing over in Saudi Arabia. Wonder why he's doing that at 4 in the morning. Benny, appreciate you. Hey, and thanks for clarifying. I am glad that you did clarify because I did think the effort thing was a little far, but we all understood where your heart was, you were coming from. Yep, fair enough.
I appreciate you, boys. Onwards.
You got it.
That is Ben Brust. You can hear him get emotional on KBN every weekday.
Yelling. A lot of yelling from him.
Yeah, a lot of yelling.
He kind of lives at a high volume. Doesn't really bring it down.
I feel like Jesse and Ben have, they got compared to each other for a lot of years. Their voice sounded alike. Some said they looked alike. They're both going for virality. They both want to be viral. Jesse with Barry Alvarez. Benny with the Brewers. Like, there is a viral off. We need some penicillin for these boys.
Well, we really need
virusness.
Some Jones Dairy Farm and eat clean and get a lot of protein.
Oh, we needed that before AmFam Field too, right? Get these boys some protein.
Feast.
Jones Dairy Farm, great Wisconsin company, family owned and operated for 7 generations, right here in Fort Atkinson and all the way back to 1889. And as Jason just mentioned, you want to eat clean. You don't want fillers or nitrates or MSG or the gluten. You want it to be the original family recipe. Tried to get it from Philip, wouldn't give it to me. You got to go buy it, and it is a beautiful thing. And the bacon, it's life-changing. It's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks. Great, intense flavor, worth the wait. Find all of Jones' products in grocery stores all throughout the state of Wisconsin. Check out the website at jonesdairyfarm.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
From the baseball playoffs to regular season football, Prize Picks is the best way to win cash watching our favorite teams. Which players are going off? Which ones are overhyped? Well, make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks now offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today and use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Tyler Vogt, Middleton High School. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, you play football and baseball.
Yep.
Baseball had always been your love, but kind of changed a little bit when you got to high school.
Yeah, so I started football my freshman year, and I was like, man, this is something. This is awesome. And baseball my whole life. I mean, I still love it. I plan to play in the spring, and I'll just have fun with it.
What kind of impact will Middleton leave on you when you leave this campus?
I'm proud to be a Cardinal. I will always be proud to be a Cardinal. The community, the love, the brotherhood within the football team, within the baseball team. We talked about the welcoming factor. You go into that school and you feel welcomed. You feel loved. You feel like you belong. I'll always remember that.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear, only with Packers Checking. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Whoa, you nailed it! Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
We're on the Badgers.
And then he gets shellacked by Iowa again on national TV, again in prime time, again. This is just an absolute low point for this program.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'll start walking. Don't ever say it's over.
Thanks to Ben Brust for sharing your thoughts. Look, I understand if you are a fan and you're in the YouTube comments and you feel like Ben is representing how you're feeling. I am not wired the way you are. I'm not better than you because of it. I'm just different. But if you honestly think that the Milwaukee Brewers are down 2-0 in this series because they don't care enough and they're not trying hard enough and they're half-assing it, which is what Ben initially said and then walked back, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Because I can guarantee you that Christian Yelich feels much crappier about his performance than you feel about his performance. So, look, I am around these guys as professional athletes a lot. I understand that you want them to care as much as you care. That's part of being a fan. They do care. They certainly care about their own performance. Now, do they do a better job of compartmentalizing and moving on from, say, season-ending losses? Yes, they do. They're not moping around the rest of the offseason after they lose a playoff game. They're just not. That's not how they're wired. But this idea that we're criticizing Ben got the opportunity to clarify his statement.
Yeah.
But he admitted himself that to have said what he said was wrong. So if he represents what you feel as a fan, great. I am telling you that it is wrong to question the effort level of a team that has been mowed down by 2 pitchers that have been really freaking good. Now, you want to have the conversation about why their strategy was to swing at so many first pitches? Sure, that's a fair criticism. Just like criticizing the Packers defense for not playing better in the fourth quarter. What's the reason why? Why were you swinging at so many first pitches? You want to have that conversation? Great. I'm sorry I'm a little more clinical than I am emotional. But, I mean, Ben Brust played at the highest level of college basketball. Played in the Final Four. Did the Badgers lose in the Final Four because they cared less or didn't try as hard? That's
Dude hit a tough shot over Gosser.
That's the thing he said that, for me anyway, was ridiculous. And the fact that he walked it back would tell me that he felt it was ridiculous and he was caught up in the emotion. That's all. You're all entitled to your opinions.
And, Jason, I know you get a little sensitive about the fanatic and the fan thing. And the bottom line is, you as a fan have every right to be disappointed. You're frustrated. You feel your feels, just like Eleanor always says. But there is a line, and I think there are some times during a regular season, preseason, where if you want to question effort, if somebody's loafing, have at it. But I can assure you right now, what's going on is it's the opposite of that. These cats want it so bad that they're pressing. And that's not a place you want to be. And that's the old Dick Bennett quote, man. When you want something so bad, the natural thing is to just grab on so tight. But as the great orator, and I don't know what band sings the song Hold On Loosely, Don't Let Go.
38 Special.
38 Special says, these are the times you hold on loosely, because that's when you're going to be as productive as you can. So hopefully the boys on their way out to L.A. threw some cards, had some laughs, and are going to go out there and be, we don't have anything to lose. Let's let it rip. And if that's the case, great things can happen. But if they press and feel the weight of this, that's when you have days like you just did where you couldn't get a blanking runner on second base throughout the whole game, and you felt like you never brought any energy to the building because you didn't do anything to bring any energy to the building. It wasn't because they didn't want to. It's because they couldn't, and they didn't execute, and it's a chicken and egg deal. And unfortunately, the Dodgers took all the chickens and all the eggs, and they took them back to L.A., and now we got to go and get in there and start feasting because we didn't get no eggs, we didn't get no chicken, we didn't get no avocados. We didn't get anything. It's time to go feast out there in L.A., Jay Bird.
I wonder if that was Pat Murphy's message to his team as they were down 0-2. It's time to go feast. We're going to famine on some avocados. If that's not what his message was, then I'd like to hear what it was. And here's what Pat Murphy said about his message to his team.
Greatness is formed from stuff like this. This is more of an opportunity than anybody knows. If I was to tell this group after 0-4 start, with the worst run differential in baseball history, if I was to tell them, hey, you're 4 games from the World Series, you'll take it? Whatever that mountain is, we'll take it. Now let's get to work. Whatever's happened in the past has happened in the past. Let's roll. This is the best group to go through it with, because they've had a special fiber all year long, so I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to go to Chavez Ravine and win 2 games and get this back to Milwaukee. No one is suggesting that it is, but at the same time, man, I don't know. I don't pretend to be Jeff Passan. I don't know baseball the way he does. I grew up loving baseball, playing it mediocrely, but it sure looked to me like they ran into really 2 pitchers who pitched extremely well. I mean, I have a hard time being. I can understand the disappointment. I'm not sure I understand the anger there's a lot of people that are really mad at Christian Yelich. And our experience with Christian Yelich is that he cares deeply.
He's a good dude.
And
but
he
he's
feels
hitting like crap.
Yeah, and he's letting his team down, and I'm sure that he feels the weight of that. But to your point,
for sure.
You press even further, it gets even
Put
worse.
Him in the 8th slot. Let's put him in the 8th slot, a little pressure off of him. Let's slide him down in the order a little bit. We good with that?
I'd go.
If that's going to take a little bit of pressure off of him and allow him to get going, absolutely.
8 seems harsh. I'm not saying this.
Where do you want to put him?
I'm not saying this just for the joke. I would put him 6th or 7th.
I knew you were going to do that.
I am not doing that for the joke. That's legitimately what I would do. because if he comes up with your middle of the lineup guys on base, that could be a moment where he could still deliver because he's still Christian Yelich. You don't want him in the Joey Ortiz, Blake Perkins slot.
Do we know who's pitching tonight? Is that official now?
No.
I don't think Murph is kind of holding those cards.
So is that gamesmanship? Is that
it is.
Does Major League Baseball require you to give that information normally? Is he like
I'm not going to ask.
flaunting?
I'm not asking Jelly for any of those points because he got mad at me when I asked him about when the lineups or when the rosters were due. I think it's gamesmanship in the fact that you want to kind of. I think he always wants to, and he keeps saying these high leveraged situations, right? And when you got Shohei leading off, I think he wants to continue to go lefties to start to get that high levered, and you got Freddie Freeman, get that out of the way so that your starter, if it's whoever you're going to end up if it's going to be Miz or whoever you put in there, only has to face those guys twice instead of 3 times. That I think is the goal, but it kind of tells you a little bit too that the Dodgers ain't worried about that. They're just going to, hey, here's our guy. We think we're better than you. Milwaukee always is trying to figure out ways to gain advantages, because I think they realize in almost every series they might be a little outflanked talent-wise, and they have to battle it. Even though they have the best record in baseball and all the things I've been saying, they need to maneuver and try and do what they can to get any advantage that they can come up with.
Jesse, you want to play some trivia now?
Sure, let's do it.
What's today's category and what caller would you like?
I love L.A., but not today is today's trivia category. Questions about professional sports in the city of Los Angeles, given the Brewers and Dodgers contending in Game 3 of the NLCS. We've done the 7 theme throughout the week. Do you want to stick with that?
Christian Yelich, who we have been criticizing, and deservedly so, he has not delivered. He has 5 hits in the postseason. He's 5 for 26 at this point.
What is that,
math? 192.
I've seen worse.
We have worse in the lineup right now.
That's not great.
He has.
I think we're starting to find out the root of the problem.
He has a double, and he's got a stolen base, and 4. He's drawn 4 walks, so he's got that going for him in his 30 plate appearances, which is nice. So caller 5 for all of his hits. Caller 5 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 5 plays trivia. Now, I'm getting the sense, especially from the folks that have decided that I am smug, because I'm not wired the same, and I'm not venting about the Brewers, but I'm guessing you don't want to go with me to England.
Edinburgh. But
if you don't find me smug, and that might be something you might be interested in, all you got to do is go to ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com or text the word travel to 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. It's the same number you're going to call to play trivia and be caller 5. We are leaving on July 5th, oddly enough, traveling through England, Scotland, and Wales. Going to take in the charm of the countryside, the history of the great cities, Big Ben in London, Edinburgh Castle, so rich in history. Along the way, we're going to visit Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon. We're also going to go to the medieval city of York. It's all part of this incredible journey with Colette. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you will experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that will last a lifetime with Colette. To learn more about this trip, again, text travel 844-770-3776, or just go to ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for all the details. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Strong words from Coach.
I mean, it's too damn late now.
Barry Alvarez sounding off as Wisconsin still searches for its identity under Luke Fickell. Coach recalling the steps he took to make the changes necessary to become a Big Ten powerhouse. More from the Barry Alvarez Show.
That has to happen in the off-season, in 2 days, preseason. That's how you establish identity. Our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. And then we'd review it after practice in the evening. You weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field unless you'd mix it up and you were physical.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
This ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and maybe that's never. So don't you dare leave me now, throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight ain't the night for sorrow. But you can hurt me tomorrow. You can hurt me, 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 you can hurt me tomorrow. You can hurt me tomorrow.
We will shift gears to the Packers at some juncture on today's program. But for now, it's time for trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Proof that advertising really works. Sydney and I got the chicken tenders yesterday at Cousin Subs between volleyball practice and gymnastics practice. And I knew about it because I heard about it right here on Wilde and Tausch.
They were good, weren't they?
They were unbelievable. Welcome in our contestants. Wow, this guy again? He's like the Joe Flacco of trivia. Yeah? No? Jerry
I
of the
didn't think
Prairie.
it's bad. I thought Jerry would jump in. I didn't think I needed to.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Appreciate your loyalty, man. Great to talk to you again. The trivia category, which I actually, I like to give credit where it's due. I like this category. I like this topic. We are calling it...
for trivia?
No. I love L.A., just not today.
That's good.
That's
Who came
clever.
up with that?
I
Up
like
North
it.
Joe?
That was me.
Tier 1 Tyler?
Yeah. No. Jesse.
Youngster. Oh, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right,
I
here
thought
we go.
somebody else. It's
Question
pretty
one, Jera. Question one is this. Unlike Blake Snell in Game 1, which legendary Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher most recently actually pulled a Don Larson and has thrown a perfect game? Is it Sandy Koufax, Clayton Kershaw, or Dodgers legend Steve Carlton?
I'm going to go Kershaw.
A perfect game. You are not having one.
Jerry even asked me off air. He said, I hope these questions aren't hard. And I said, I think you'll do all right today, Jerry.
Sandy Koufax, 89 years young. Saw him in the stands the other day in the game. God bless him. But he's the correct answer. So your perfect game is out the window. All right, question two, chance to bounce back.
He can pull a Blake Snell now.
In which year... That's like kind of giving up the first pitch home run to Churio, Yamamoto.
Jerry Yamamoto coming up here.
There you go. Question two, Jerry. In which year did the Rams football franchise return to Los Angeles from St. Louis? Did that happen in 2014, 2016, or 2018?
Oh, boy. Let's go 14.
Jerry.
I don't know about you, but I think this is going pretty well.
Yeah.
Jerry?
I predicted this to Jesse before we started, so.
Hey, he's like the Brewers. He's down 0-2. Now can he come back?
Right.
This will be a good precursor if
Everything
we win one.
relies on this.
I don't mean to be whatever.
I got one free shot.
I got to be honest, I'm questioning your effort level here. Are you really trying your hardest to get these right?
I'm guessing completely. I have no idea when the Rams moved.
All right, question three, Jerry.
It was 2016, by the way.
That's correct, yes. Sorry. Question three. Which of these is not a relocation move that has happened for a current Los Angeles sports franchise? Is it the Clippers moving from San Diego, the Lakers moving from Minnesota, or the Ducks moving from Cleveland?
Oh, boy. I know the Lakers did come from Minnesota.
They did.
So it's one of the other two.
Mm-hmm.
God, did the Clippers start there? Let's go with the Clippers.
The infamous San Diego Clippers.
What a squad. No, they did move. They were San Diego,
right? The question was which one didn't. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks did not move from Cleveland. So unfortunately,
if this is a franchise in 1995, I think it was.
Paul Correa.
It's been a heck of a season. It's been a heck of a year.
Jerry, if this is a harbinger of what's
Jerry
going to
just
occur
cost
tonight.
the Brewers a world championship. Son of a gun.
I hope the Brewers bounce back better than I did.
This might be worse than my Pat Murphy take, telling Jerry off air I think he's going to cruise to victory in trivia today.
No, don't kid yourself. That's your worst take ever. No, you don't have to kid yourself.
Jerry, we appreciate your efforts, such that it was. You were 0 for 3.
I appreciate it, guys.
You got one entry. Have you ever won the prize pack, or in this case, the Cousin Subs gift card, when you only had one entry?
I have never won unless I've had 4 entries.
Seems to me the deck is stacked against you then.
It might be a little bit.
Good luck. All right, Jerry. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys.
Love
you guys.
Such that it was Wilde and Tausch trivia. The 10 o'clock hour will begin in 2 minutes after I tell you about Steinhoffels, which, by the way, they never disappoint, even if Jerry did, and they always put forth their best effort. And right now, they're putting their best effort forth as they celebrate 91 years of bringing style, comfort, and quality to families' homes. As a 100% employee-owned company, you'll always get honest service, never high-pressure sales. I can speak for that. When we finally got our couch, no one was pressuring us to make a choice. Plus, if you need better sleep, you can try Steinhoffel's Discover Your Sleep system. If you want to refresh a room, their decorating solutions team makes it simple. From all the latest furniture trends to trusted quality, Steinhoffel's has everything you need. Celebrating 91 years. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. NLCS Game 3 this evening. The Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers as the series shifts to L.A. 5:08 first pitch Central Time. That's 3:08 on the West Coast. Pre-game coverage starts at 4:30 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Hey, manager Pat Murphy, who's pitching today?
Pitching plans. Yeah, it's under construction right now. Talking about it. Obviously, anyone that follows us knows that we've got Quintana, Mizorowski for some bulk. We've got with a day off, all our relievers should be good. So we'll navigate from there.
It's manager Pat Murphy speaking yesterday. They will announce a starting pitcher at least a few hours before the game gets going at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Again, pregame coverage starts at 4:30 here on Madison's home of the Brewers. Jim, Matt, and Molly from 4 to 4:30 on the radio, and then continues on YouTube watching live from Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And then we're going to talk to our Brewers guy, Dom Catronio, at the bottom of the hour. So let's fit in a little bit of Packers conversation, which is generally what we focus on here on this program, and we'll get to more of it later on in the show as well. Tausch, I wanted to start with my conversation with Zach Tom yesterday when I name-checked you and Bulaga, because, look, all three of us, but you guys are the ones who played the same position, think very, very highly of him. He did not think very, very highly of his own performance. He described his performance the same way that Elton Jenkins had described his performance a couple weeks ago with the S word. I think I played like blank. My profanity in our exchange was, Zach, if you were in so much pain after Sunday's game that you couldn't remember a lot of what happened in the game, how the F are you going to do this another 12 weeks? There's no bye weeks. And I was talking about this with Domofsky. Remember a few years ago when Alan Lazard had what used to be referred to as a sports hernia, a core muscle injury, or an oblique, which is what they're describing Zach Tom's injury as. But they're all basically the same thing, and it's painful. And you can't put a brace on it. You can't really tape it up. He's clearly going to get some sort of a injection. He would not say that, but when I tried to press him on it, he kept smiling and just saying, I feel good about our plan. I feel good about our plan. What is the most painful thing you played through during your time? And how on earth, I would not be tough enough to do this. How do you mind over matter something like that, to play that specific position and be crashing into dudes and get your body put in awkward positions? How's he going to do this?
Well, I don't know what their prehab plan and whether they're going to do medication. I don't know what that plan looks like. So it stinks. And the hardest part for this, and you would think the physical part of this is the hardest because you're in pain. That's not the case. It's the mental drag because it never leaves you. You're thinking about, boy, I hope I feel good when I wake up. You literally will go to bed and you're thinking, I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow morning. And from a practice standpoint, I'm sure they're going to limit him immensely. And then you start thinking mentally, well, if I'm not practicing, how the heck am I going to go out there and play? And then it's like, well, I don't know, how am I going to hold up? The mental drain that being limited physically takes on you is far worse than any of the actual physical limitations you can have. And that probably seems crazy for me to say, but I'm telling you, it is. And, so for me, I tore my plantar fasciitis. I tore it. It was, and I could not sleep. Like, I would have to put my foot in one of those bendy deals just so that you could take some of the pressure off. The problem was you'd sleep okay then, but then it took a while to get it where you could actually bend it back down and trying to put a shoe on to get over to practice and then to warm up and to do all that. And then to practice, and then you have to go through that same process over and over. And I did that early in the season, and there was no magic pill or anything that was going to help to be able to get back out there and feel like you were ever going to be close to 100%. And this game is hard enough, especially, for me, it was hard enough to, I got to go out and block Julius Peppers. I got to go block. And now I'm doing it with all of this, and I have to put in this extra effort just to get to the point where then I can go study the film, then I can go practice. It is a emotional wear that Zach is going to be going through.
Well, if they can get him through and the rest of their offensive line can stick together and all stay healthy, it would appear that they have settled on Jordan Morgan as their right guard. And maybe Sean Ryan's going to get a series each week now. They've been trying to replace him for 3 years, and now they have. But if they stay healthy, look, they had a lot of good things in that game. And it helped that Trey Hendrickson left the game with a hip injury, right? But they got the running game going. It was the most productive game this season that Josh Jacobs has had. Love made some nice plays with his legs. We'll get into that coming up. But to me, I feel like their offensive line is trending in very much the right direction as long as they can keep Zach Tom healthy enough to play on Sunday. And I thought it was really interesting, which I'm sure you read at channel3000.com, that the pain such that it wasn't even, it was third on his list of concerns about his performance. After his conditioning, which he said, you can see on the film, I'm huffing and puffing, and his technique. And again, this is the value of, there's lots of value to you, but among them is you've been through all these things that we're talking about here for 11 years. You were a believer in practice. You could not go on the Chad Clifton Big Lamborghini program. You and Bulaga both always say, I needed practice to feel good by Sunday. So now we know that Zach Tom he didn't practice yesterday. I would assume he'll practice on a limited basis the next 2 days now. But if you're not practicing, he said, I got to run extra gassers to try and get my wind up. Can you be in good physical condition cardiovascularly and have your technique be good if you're limiting yourself during the week so you can get to game day?
It makes it tough. And you do try to go do biking and some things that maybe run in the pool, try to do some more low-impact things, because the last thing you want to do is set back off of the injury. But there are, I say this all the time, the only way to get better at football is by playing football. And being healthy helps you do that. But for most of us, Cliffy was a special breed, man. He's one of those God-gifted cats that had that quick twitch and had all the things. And you can do some certain things, and then you can kind of fall into that pattern, and you figure it out. Zach he's still early in his career. He's still trying to figure this out. This is his, first real time that I think he's had to deal with this and go out and try and play. It becomes it's a real grind, and you have to figure out what you need to do to balance trying to be as fresh and as healthy as you can for Sunday and trying to make sure you're sharp enough that you can do the job. That is a very thin line that you have to kind of walk.
I want to get into something that we talked about with Jordan Love yesterday, and I also wrote about at channel3000.com. But we can't do that until Tausch tells us about Kohler Services.
A refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel. And if you're looking for someone, Kohler Services is the group to do it. And this month only, you get 0% financing for 12 months. Plus, you get a free shower door with that Lugstone shower remodel. My old pal Chris from Oostburg, one of their many skilled installers. They'll demo your existing bath or shower, remove it, dispose of it before installing your brand new dream Kohler shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation. That is always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
A free shower door, a free shower door. Skin. We talked a little bit about this earlier in the week. I was going to say one thing. Skeens, Paul Skeens, loving Paul Skeens. Jordan Love is running the ball more often. He has apparently been given the nickname Silly Body. We'll explain and ask, is that a nickname you'd want? Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. Whether you're saving up to buy a jersey for your new favorite player, tickets to a playoff baseball game, or simply need some extra spending money for you and your family, it's always great to learn new ways to save some extra cash. Well, I've been telling you for a while now about how you can save money and help save the planet by making the switch to Everlight Solar. When my family first thought about making the energy switch to solar, we weren't exactly sure where to go. That's when we got in touch with the team at Everlight Solar, and through every step of the process, they were great as we made the switch to solar. If you're interested in making the switch, let them do the same for you. Check out everlightsolar.com to find out more and schedule a free consultation. That's everlightsolar.com. Save money and help save the planet. When you're ready to make the switch, take my word for it. Count on the team at Everlight Solar.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania has 2 games on the final week of the regular season. First, on Thursday night, Jesse Nelson and the Dean Dennis Summerall will be at Madison West as they try to secure a spot in the playoffs against the first-place Middleton Cardinals. Coverage starts at 6:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Then, on Friday, join me, Hunter Vaughn, and the Dean as Sauk Prairie and Edgewood battle for a Badger Small Conference title. Again, coverage will start at 6:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 1031-2025.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
right, we need to get ready to talk to Dom to discuss the Brewers and their effort level. I do want to get to this briefly, though. We'll save Jordan Love and his silly body nickname, which, as Josh points out, is actually something that came up a few years ago when Bakhtiari was still on the team. I believe they made T-shirts and everything after Ronica made some comment on a video or something. But I do want to get into the dangers versus the pros of him running, because that has been a new layer to this offense. Gabe asked me to inquire of Jeff Hafley today about playing off coverage on some shorter third downs. And he's crafting the question as he would like me to ask it. My question for you is this something that has stood out to you?
Why don't you just have him go? Why don't you just give him your press pass? Let him go.
Well, he could come up. He's got a lot going on, though. He's a busy guy.
I know guy. He's a national guy.
I noticed it a little bit
in the Bengals. Yeah, in the Bengals game. No, I think it's great. You're really good at your job, and then you're really good at kind of sourcing things, too. It's smart. It's good business by you. I didn't notice that a ton. Matter of fact, early in the season, weren't we talking about how our DBs were stopping on routes and batting the ball away because they didn't need to because of the pass rush? Well, I think the quality of the wide receivers that Cincinnati had and the fact that Joey B or Joey F can throw the deep ball, I think that probably changed maybe some of the thoughts that Jeff Hafley had. And when you have a lead, you don't want to give up big plays. I think there's some things. I am not as concerned. Jamar Chase, a dog.
Yeah, he's very good.
I don't think, and this is one of the things that drives Packer fans and football fans crazy, is when it's 3rd and 7, and you play 10 yards deep, and they catch a 7-yard out, and they get a first down, and you're like, what are you doing? Challenge the sticks. And I actually think Hafley is very good at having his guys challenge the sticks. I think he has guys roving, and he's got Xavier McKinney kind of floating around there trying to read it. But there were a few instances, I thought, last game. I do not think this is some epidemic. The 3 yards behind the first down marker epidemic of stopping first downs. I don't
like it was with Joe Barry.
Part of the Hafley. It was an issue with Joe Barry. There's no doubt. Yes.
All right, we're going to be smarter about the Brewers and see if Dom Catronio will give us reasons for optimism. The fact that Yamamoto and Snell aren't pitching gives us at least a little reason for hope. We'll talk to him next.
You think he's going to like Dom and Jerry?
If he doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed in him. Because I think it's clever.
Like it.
Good post game.
He ain't going to like it. He won't like it, no. I don't.
Well, we'll find out together next. Dom and Jerry. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Don't be haunted by high prices this Halloween. Metro Ford of Madison has frightfully good deals waiting just for you. Right now, drive home the all-new 2025 Ford F-150 or F-150 STX, or escape the ordinary in a 2025 Ford Escape, both with just 2.9% APR for up to 66 months, only $16.41 per month for $1,000 finance. But hurry, these scary good offers vanish November 3rd. Visit MetroFordOfMadison.com today, where the deals are a treat, never a trick.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
From the baseball playoffs to regular season football, Prize Picks is the best way to win cash watching our favorite teams. Which players are going off? Which ones are overhyped? Well, make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks now offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today and use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 3.
This is hit a ton. It is out of here. First pitch of the ball game. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
Joining us now, no one would ever question this guy's efforts. Certainly not us. Maybe Ben Brust. It is our friend Dom Catronio on Wilde and Tausch. Dom, good morning. How are you?
We're going right off the top rope here? Right off the jump? We're going there?
Well, we got after Ben earlier. He walked it back, in fairness to him. But I don't know. I watched the first 2 games. I didn't see a lack of effort. I saw a lack of hitting against 2 good pitchers. You tell me.
I will tell you what. I was flying cross country yesterday. I had Wi-Fi in the air, and that clip comes across my timeline. I watched the whole thing. I tried to listen to a little bit more of the show. I texted Ben. We had a conversation, and I'm glad he walked it back. That's all I'm saying about that. You know, I think a man in the arena would understand what the Brewers are going through, and I thought a Brewers fan would understand what they're going through. And the language that he used, as in, I will never, ever, 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 ever question a team's effort in the playoffs. I just won't, and I don't see that. I see them getting beat, which is just frustrating. They got beat these 2 games, and now you shake it off and get ready for Game 3 tonight.
So,
in fairness, Benny walked that back. So, Dom, I think Jason was just going to ask you this, but is it just tip the cap to the pitching, or is this something deeper and you're more concerned about where our bats are at?
Mm-hmm.
How do you view this heading out to L.A.?
Yeah, I think there are 2 things working against the Brewers right now. Number one, the Dodgers are that good. I mean, the starting pitching is that good. And we can sit here and talk about, best regular season, right? They went 6-0. Okay, look. The Dodgers had a luxury of knowing they were going to be in October. They played the entire regular season knowing that being able to sit, if the speed limit's 70 miles an hour, they were sitting 65 in the right lane the whole season. They were going to get there. They knew they were going to get there, maybe a little slower, maybe a little differently than maybe teams are used to. Not this, oh my gosh, you're going to challenge the Seattle Mariners for the most wins in a regular season, 116 wins, But they said, you know what? The only thing that matters is as soon as we hit the freeway and as soon as it opens up and you're driving, once you get past Madison and if you're going west, all right, put her down in the left lane, let's go. Put it down to 85. And that's what they're doing right now in the postseason. That's the first thing. They played the whole regular season saying, make sure Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Shohei are ready for October. Number 2, the Brewers have tried to change their game. And I know what you're thinking. Don, why would you change your game heading into October? Well, you look at these 2 performances that the Dodgers threw at them. And the first performance was as dominant as we'll ever see. The Brewers tried to, all right, well, let's wait back, try to work counts. Oh, my God, it's 0-2 every time. Okay, you can't do that against Yamamoto. So what they did is they tried to be aggressive against Yamamoto, which I'm not against. It's just the lack of execution. They had 12 first-pitch swings in that game against Yamamoto. Only one of them was a hit, and that was Churio's leadoff homer. So you can be aggressive, but you got to be able to adjust the game plan when it's not working out.
Boy, that is, and I just said this to promote your appearance. We are smarter when we get to talk to you, and this – I saw that same stat, and it made me wonder if there was a reason behind them not doing what they normally do, how do you then, Dom, figure out a way to make them get deep into counts so you can get into their bullpen where you have a chance to be successful? When you also, and I think you're right, it doesn't do you any good to take the first 2 pitches and both be strikes. Then you're trying to fight off foul balls at least to get deeper and throw more pitches. This feels like a rock and a hard place situation to me.
Chicken and egg.
It is exactly that. It's exactly a rock and a hard place. So, and it becomes if you take pitches early and they're throwing strikes, the other side of the argument is well, swing at strikes. Yeah, of course. So what I see, the number 1 flaw that the Brewers are dealing with right now is they don't have a hit on a non-fastball in this series. In these 2 games, the only hits they have come on fastballs, and that's just not going to cut it. They're 0 for 34 against non-fastballs. And
what are they, Pedro Serrano?
Help with curveball.
The whole team, no curveball. Hate curveball. But
somebody called Joe Boo.
The thing is today, don't take Joe Boo's rum. The Glasnow today is a very simple pitch mix. And here's the beauty of Glasnow. He's in the zone. He's going to be in the zone. He really only has one chase pitch. That's his curveball down. He's what we call a north-south pitcher in baseball, meaning he wants fastballs up, curveballs down, sliders down. Anything in the middle is a mistake, and the Brewers should be all over it. He will walk batters. He will be out of the zone more often than Yamamoto and Snell were, but it has to start today, and quite frankly, the Blue Jays showed the blueprint last night. Hit bombs. Now, is the Brewers roster capable of doing that against Glasnow? We'll see, but hit bombs. That certainly helps change the scoreboard and not have to rely on rallies.
Well, that's really good advice there. Hit bombs. I like that.
I know, right?
We should have thought of that a couple. Your analogy, and Don, by the way, love a good analogy. I'm a big fan. Why don't we get some cops? They're going 85 down at left. Let's get some cops out there and enforce that when they're doing that. Christian Yelich, he's taken a lot of heat, I think, from Brewers fans. He's obviously struggling. what do you say? And you can hear it in his press conferences and when people are talking to him. He's pressing. He wants to be great. Do you move him in the lineup? If you're Pat Murphy, what do you do with Yelich right now?
I think two things with Yelich. I think you can get away with moving him to the 5th spot in the order, kind of being the restarter of the lineup, and then that would slide Andrew Vaughn to the cleanup spot, in my opinion. So what you would do today is you'd keep Churio in the leadoff spot, Terang hitting 2nd, Contreras 3rd, Vaughn 4th, and then Yelich 5th is what I would do. And then I imagine Jake Bowers is going to start in left field today. Do they want to go back-to-back lefties there? Yelich 6, Bowers, or Yelich 5, Bowers 6, Frelick 7. That would be a window, a pocket for the Dodgers to throw a lefty at you there, but then you could always pinch hit and that sort of thing. So I wonder if we could see that tweak today. But on the Yelich front, I promise everybody, with the way that he does a press conference and the way that he talks to the media, you have to appreciate his level-headedness throughout the season, right? People were critical when he's too boring. Like, why don't you say something when you just went 4 for 5 against the Reds with the Euchre bat and hit 2 homers? He's the same. Yeah, I mean, it's baseball. It's cool. Like, he's the same guy. So I think that's a trait that is rare to find in baseball. He is the same. He understands the length of the season. And let's be honest, guys, because it's October and everyone's heightened, one swing changes your entire viewpoint. He goes bomb tonight in his hometown, right? He's a Southern California kid. He goes bridge tonight. We're suddenly, oh my goodness, Yelich's back. The Brewers were never going to win this series without Christian Yelich performing offensively. So the sooner that happens, the better.
Let's go. Hit bombs. Yelich, hit a bomb. Who is going to be not trying to let the Dodgers hit bombs? What do you think Murph is thinking with his idea on starters, openers, or how do you think that's going to shake out today?
I think you have to use Quintana in some fashion today. I don't know if I would use an opener. I think it would be kind of wild to have Robert Gasser be an opener, given what he did against Ohtani the other day was kind of notable. Like, he could be an Ohtani stopper. Mm-hmm. But I personally, I'm starting Jose Quintana and giving him 2 times through the order and see where you're at. Because the Brewers, let's look at it both ways. Let's say he goes 2 times through the order. We're moving to a 5th inning, and the Brewers are up 2-0. Okay, yeah, it's easier to hand it to the bullpen there. But let's say they're going the 3rd time through the order, and it's 3-1 Dodgers. That makes it a little bit more difficult. Do you try to squeeze one more plate appearance against Shohei there at the top? I wouldn't be surprised if they use an opener, but I think Quintana needs to pitch in this game because I know they have both Miz and Quintana available technically. I'm looking to Miz for some length tomorrow. Neither one of them have gone very long in the last month, so you need to be creative here and then try to survive until Game 5 when you can hand the ball to Quinn Priester again.
Dom, before we let you go, because you've been awesome today and super insightful, we appreciate that. I am on the world-famous website, DominicMCatronio.com, which looks like it could use a little bit of updating. A couple things have gone on since. But there's some great stuff here that I didn't know about you, so I've learned more about you. But as a baseball guy, I have a very important question. When you watched the Blue Jays yesterday, did you think their pitcher Bieber looked like Dave Stieb in those old uniforms? Because I was having flashbacks to my youth.
That man, you're after my heart there, going with some retro names like that, man. Stevie with the stash and with the way that he was hanging a curveball. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Blue Jays are fun, man. I think, if somebody asked me my World Series prediction at the beginning of the postseason, I said Brewers and Blue Jays because that would be the most baseball-y series ever, where you've got 2 teams that play elite defense. You've got a great mustache in Shane Bieber. Even, you look at the Brewers, whenever Joey Ortiz decides to keep his mustache, it's a pretty good stash as well. Mm-hmm. There's it's kind of back in vogue right now. You're seeing a few more guys dropping the lip lettuce a little bit more.
Well, was it Pat Borders? Who was the catcher for Steve and Jimmy Key? Was it Pat
Borders?
Wasn't
Ernie Witt?
Ernie Witt. It might have been Ernie Witt. Left-hander? Yeah. Big left-hander.
Tom, in all seriousness, do you do this with your baseball buddies? Tausch and I are
have to.
It's obnoxious how often we do this.
It's fun.
I was just texting Uneski Betancourt to a friend the other day, too, just sort of blast from the past names. And you know who else did this? And I will be always grateful to Bob Costas for coming on the program the day that Bob Uecker's passing was announced. Bob and Bob did this with each other, texting each other old names from the 50s and 60s. Hall of Famers. They're just like us. Remember that guy? Just doing this. And, I'm scrolling TikTok yesterday, and some kids trying to slander Mike Young with the Texas Rangers. If these kids don't know how good Mike Young is, then I'm out of a job. This guy was so good. So it's just names that you don't remember from the past, and just it was cool to see the home run derby. We saw J.J. Hardy in the stands this weekend, and just some smiles of just dusting off some baseball reference pages is always fun.
And Eric Thames
Freddie McGriff
tearing his shirt off.
No, was it Olerud or was Freddie McGriff on that 93 team?
Olerud was.
Wearing his
Freddie
helmet in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny Olerud. Yeah. Hey, Dom, before we go, Jesse came up with a fun moniker for your he was listening to your show after the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
the whole way back from the game.
Dom and Jerry. Dom and Jerry?
Yeah.
Is that something you get on board with?
Mike Vassallo was the first to call that one out, Brewers PR man, a couple of years ago when
Jesse
I first got the job. He's like, so wait. He instantly was like, so wait, are we going to have a Dom and Jerry show? I'm like, well, I mean, I guess, does a bear crap in the woods? So I guess it becomes Dom and Jerry.
Are you opposed to a cartoon a cartoon version of each of you? One is a cat and one is a mouse.
I'm sure by the end of the day, maybe the thumbnail of this appearance will be an AI generated of me as Tom and Jerry as Jerry. So maybe that'll be funny.
Dom, in all seriousness, we are so appreciative of the time you spend with us. We are always better for it. Thanks for making. I know you've got a ton on your plate these days. Thanks for making time for us. It means a lot.
Brewers in 7. Let's go, boys.
Let's go.
I hope he's right.
Well done.
That'd be great.
Well done, right.
To get it to 7, you got to start by winning 1.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that happens tonight. We'll have more Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high-limit room, where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high-limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels, celebrating 91 years with savings on furniture and mattresses. Trusted for quality and comfort. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Strong words from Coach.
I mean, it's too damn late now.
Barry Alvarez sounding off as Wisconsin still searches for its identity under Luke Fickell. Coach recalling the steps he took to make the changes necessary to become a Big Ten powerhouse. More from the Barry Alvarez Show.
That has to happen in the offseason, in 2 days, preseason. Our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. You weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field unless you'd mix it up and you were physical.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Grassland butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Game 3.
This is hit a ton. It is out of here. First pitch of the ball game. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
I say go, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I say go till you can't go. No more, no more. I say go, baby, go, go, go. I've been to a place where the drifters go. It brought me trouble, yeah, it brought me low. Time was flying, but
thanks again to Dom Catronio. He always makes us way smarter with his insights.
Brought some
We're
great stats with us to us today.
Yeah, he was again
1 for 13 or whatever it was on first pitch. And
yeah, I don't want us ever faking it, and he allows us. Him and Justin Garcia and when on the Bucks. I mean that. I hope people understand that we're really lucky to have such a stable of people that are willing to come on our show to do a better job than we could of making you a better informed fan. So thanks to him. Speaking of being informed, I was reading this from my guy, Justice Mosqueda, about a report from Jeremy Fowler, because I'm not always, there's a lot of things whizzing by me. I don't catch it all. But apparently
the big
Jeremy...
Whizzinator, they call you.
The Whizzinator, yes. Ontario Smith, was he the Whizzinator?
Yeah, the old tailback, Oregon guy. A duck, just like you.
So it was out there, Jerry, that the San Francisco 49ers have been inquiring for trade assistance for pass rushers. Because they lost whichever Bosa they have, right? He's out for the year,
Nick.
I think. Nick. I think he's the Nick one. The other one's the Joey, and Joey's in Buffalo now?
Yes.
But Justice had this in a post on the Acme Packing Company page from Jeremy Fowler, who I had not seen this. Yeah, Bosa's out with an ACL tear. Other potential options, and let me say this first. Jeremy Fowler does a really good job. He couches everything because he definitely does not want to be wrong, which is exactly how I would do things if I was an insider, but I'm not.
You're a Steinhauer.
So, very much so.
You kind of do that and you're not an insider.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, you don't even. You couch things that don't even need to be couched.
Also fair. I will wear all those things. Other potential options I suspect the 49ers will check on, including edge rushers Rashawn Gary, Packers, Jalen Phillips of the Dolphins, Bradley Chubb of the Dolphins, blah, blah, blah. Will McDonald of the Jets. The Jets would really trade Will McDonald. If the Packers won't part with Gary, and I don't think they would, Jeremy writes, they have pass rusher Kingsley Enagbare, a former starter who's relegated to a reserve role in a contract year. Pass rusher could elicit the most movement on the trade market overall, and I suspect San Francisco will be involved to some extent. That's a lot of couching.
Tim Couch.
Eric Crouch.
Pretty good.
Did he come to camp while you were playing as like a?
Yeah, I remember.
Did he move to safety or something? I think. My question for you, because I was asked this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning about Rashawn Gary, and I am not in any way politicking for them to trade Rashawn Gary.
Oh boy.
I not only couch things, I also deliver caveats and precursors before I say anything. If you're paying Micah Parsons what you're paying him,
$45 million. What is it? $44 million?
Yeah,
$188
million in new money. If you're paying him that, and Rashawn Gary's getting paid a pretty penny. I know his cap number for this year is $25 million. I believe it goes significantly higher next year. And you traded away 2 first-round picks to get Micah Parsons. If you were to get, say, a second-round pick for Rashawn Gary, and then you play Kingsley Enagbare in his stead, is that something Goody would be willing to listen to? I don't see him trading anybody to the 49ers. Why would you help the 49ers, who you're competing with in the NFC?
You don't think you do that if you can get a big pick and you don't think that they're a threat?
Yeah. Okay.
And
maybe
I
they're
think
not.
San Francisco, as currently constituted, I don't think they're going to be a big threat. But I would have said that 3 or 4 years ago when they came in here and blocked a kick and stole a playoff game. So I would agree with you. The question I have is, will Rashawn Gary, as the contract sits right now, be on the G&G in April of next year?
Well,
what do they owe him?
So, first of all,
you're Johnny Spot Track.
I am. I'm on it right now, and I have the information. But before I answer about the 4-year, $96 million extension he signed.
I don't know.
Are you couching answering what his contract is?
No.
No. I said, Jason, you think he's going to be on the team in April? I don't know.
Let me know when you're done.
It's like
I'm
that.
done.
Remember when Frank Caliendo did Mel Kiper and he goes, "Hey, 6'5", 220 pounds," and he's shaking his head. He goes, what are you shaking your head for? He's 6'5", 220.
If you had asked me this question after 3 games, when he had 4.5 sacks in the first 3 games, I would have said, yeah, he'll definitely be on the roster. He's going to finish with double-digit sacks for the first time in his career. Now we're sitting here at game 5, and he still has 4.5 sacks, and he's been a non-factor the last 2 games.
Yeah, that Dallas game was disappointing. Really disappointing.
So, I mean,
on his end.
here's the contract information. Right now, this year, he is counting $25.77 million against the cap.
Okay.
He has 2 more years left. I'm sorry?
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say that's baked into the cake. His salary, you would get a very limited amount. Next year, what is it?
So next year, which will be his age 29 season, his cap number is $28 million.
Yeah.
And then his age 30 season in 2027, his cap number is $31 million.
Roster bonus in March, or is it all just salary?
Roster. He does not have a roster bonus that would be a blank or get off the pot type bonus, making you make a decision. Per
So Green Bay has cap space. They don't need to trade Rashawn. I don't think they will this year.
I don't think so either.
I can definitely see them doing this in March or April. He's getting to that point. He's that age. They have committed to Micah. They have young players. They're going to have to make a decision on LVN.
Correct.
He's cheaper, or he's younger, and will probably be cheaper than what they're paying Rashawn right now, unless he pops.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This will be a spot that I would think you'd be looking for a young buck to come up so that when Micah's deal comes up and he gets to be 30, you have a replacement for him. That's the cycle.
The circle of life.
I think Rashawn Gary's time in Green Bay, if there is an offer, I saw this report and I thought, I understand why this report is out there. Sometimes it's like, that's foolishness, that's clickbait.
Yep, agreed.
I didn't feel that way with this. That's why I sent it to you guys yesterday, because there's some there. There's a little there. And San Francisco needs it, because this is going to be the scenario. Green Bay will more than likely look to either trade him or give him a cap-friendly extension where he might have to take a little back. And I don't think Rashawn's going to want, depending on, now if he balls out and gets 15 sacks, this conversation changes. But as we sit here right now, Goody is looking at this, and when there's no guaranteed money left on a deal, players get antsy. Organizations start looking at it like, well, I don't want to commit more. So it actually, if San Francisco calls tomorrow and says, Gutenator, we'll give you a third with a conditional second if Rashawn Gary balls out, Brian Gutekunst is going to listen to that. I don't know if he'll take it, but he's going to listen, because otherwise, if you end up in March looking at it and Rashawn Gary has 7 sacks and he's a mid-impact player,
yeah,
they're not going to pay him $29 million next year. Not when Micah
you wouldn't think so.
is making what he's making. So I don't think it's a crazy thought, is I guess my point.
Yeah, I would not dismiss it either, but again, I have a hard time picturing when you are the team, if you are the team you think you are, parting with a guy who, inconsistency notwithstanding, he strikes me as a guy that you want on your team if you're trying to chase a championship. So even if you'd like to get a second-round pick to kind of replenish your draft picks because you gave up 2 first-rounders for Micah, I think you have to think long and hard about that, and I think you have to think, I don't want to pull a Josh Hader trade.
Let me ask you this. What's more likely? Enikbare getting traded for a 7th/potential 6th, or Gary third conditional second?
Enikbare, I would think.
I think Enikbare can play.
I do too.
Like Rashawn Gary's a good football player, but if I can get a second for Rashawn Gary, I think between Lucas Van Ness and Enikbare, you can maybe sprinkle. They like him too. You know, Goody will say you got to let young players develop. Now, the math has changed, by the way, and this is why I don't think a trade's happening, and you said it. Because this is a championship year. And they can figure this out with Rashawn. Rashawn will still have value to trade next offseason. So I don't think the Green Bay Packers are in the mindset of getting rid of really good football players this year. But it is intriguing that I think you could tease Goody into thinking about it, and then him make a tough decision. I do think that's in play.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. If I set the prize picks projection of over the next 2 games, Rashawn Gary will have 1.5 sacks. Are you taking more or less?
Arizona and Pittsburgh. Rodgers getting. I think Rodgers will be very deliberate getting rid of the ball. I'm going to take less.
Take less. It's good to be right if you're right.
what would you more likely, a wide receiver being traded or Rashawn Gary being traded before the deadline?
So, again, I don't think either of them are likely, and I'm not going to say I don't know.
It's also not on Prize Picks.
I said more than like, yeah, I did. Yep.
I would say a wide receiver.
Ooh,
but here's
Wicks?
So here's why.
Wicks?
You've got Watson coming back soon. You've got Reed coming back eventually.
Yeah.
You've got Matthew Golden emerging.
Yeah. You're bullying the coach to throw him the ball more, yeah? You think they're going to get rid of Wicks, don't you?
Look, the fact of the matter is,
you do.
If they're going to trade a wide receiver,
wow, your boy.
If they're going to trade a wide receiver, I want to win the Bold-a-thon. So I want them dealing Romeo, and then you give Wicks the snaps you're taking away from Romeo. Yeah. But no, I'm not. And by the way, before Michael even says anything in the YouTube comments, I am not trying to get rid of Romeo Doubs. I said that merely because I would like to be right on my prediction. They are not trading him.
They can't get rid of him after he did this thing the other day with the GIF with his.
I missed that.
When he was sitting down?
GIF of the year. He was in the end zone after the touchdown, and they panned to him on CBS, and he was just going with it like this with his big.
He had a nice move when he after he caught a ball and he was sitting too. Those aren't on Prize Picks either, though.
No, they're not. Prize Picks the best way to win cash while watching our favorite teams, and it is the best time of the year for Prize Picks. Playoff baseball, hockey, NBA, and, of course, the NFL. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks, and Prize Picks is simple to play. More or less on at least two player stats. You get your picks right, you cash in. Pretty simple. Got Giannis. You can go Jordan Love. We'll go over all of our Prize Picks tomorrow. Josh Jacobs. You can go with sacks if it's Micah. You got it all right there on Prize Picks. And they put their users first. All withdrawals fast, safe, and secure. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Use that code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is the Prize Picks app, and use the code WI for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers Basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. Game 3 of the NLCS this afternoon as the Milwaukee Brewers visit the Los Angeles Dodgers. 5:08 Central Time first pitch. That's 3:08 Pacific Time. Pre-game coverage starts at 4:30 after Jim, Matt, and Molly right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Hey, manager Pat Murphy, who's pitching today?
Pitching plans. Yeah, it's under construction right now. Talking about it. Obviously, anyone that follows us knows that we've got Quintana, Mizorowski for some bulk. We've got with a day off, all our relievers should be good. So we'll navigate from there.
Manager Pat Murphy yesterday. If you missed any of our conversation with Dom Catronio of Brewers Extra Innings on 620 WTMJ, you can find it available on the ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison YouTube channels, and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania tonight on YouTube. Middleton at Madison West.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I want to make sure we have enough time to do some of the Barry Alvarez show clips that Jesse has had on the rundown for the last couple of days.
You sure? We pushed it off all week already.
No, I want to do that. We're going to go quickly here because Matt Laflur is at the podium. And he has said a few things during his time there while we're here. First of all, he delivered a "we'll see" when asked if Christian Watson will debut on Sunday. Lafleur said he has looked great in 11-on-11 stuff, per Matt Schneidman's tweet. Again, in talking with Christian Watson yesterday, and Tausch, tell me if this is... Tell me if I'm reading too much into this, okay?
Probably.
Hey, look, it would not be the first time I was guilty of this. Okay. I had asked him, if this week is realistic and what in his mind what his timeline is. His response was, "I'm excited. I can't wait." At the same time, obviously, the first conversation we had, thinking about when to come back, was just to do it the right way. I think it would help to be able to stack multiple weeks of practice. I've got an idea of how I'm feeling in my head, but at the same time, I'm just relaying everything to the training staff, the doctors, and really leaving it up to them. That sounds to me like they're not rushing him back, even though he's practicing. Am I wrong to think that way?
No, you're right. And I think you're going to see him in that Carolina game at home. That's where I think you're going to see him.
From what I hear, the Pittsburgh field is terrible. I believe the quarterback had a few thoughts on that after
and I
the
think
game.
Roethlisberger said something about the Pittsburgh University should not be playing there. They need their own stadium, and I agree with Ben. You don't. You're a billion dollar operation. Figure this out, man. Like you can't be playing on slop. We all know rain happens. But you can't have a game on a Saturday and then go play a professional game on a Sunday. You can't do that. It's absurd.
It is indeed.
So I agree, and I would think there's just something, there's more comfort, a comfort level. I think, as I said way back when, that November 2nd game was going to be the target date, and I would think that's when you listen to what he has to say. Couple weeks stacking practices. He's been doing it now for a couple weeks, though. I hope he gets out there and plays in Arizona.
This is week 2.
I hope he gets out. Didn't he do something during the bye week too?
No, he was activated coming back from the bye, the Monday after the bye.
So this is his second week.
Correct.
Yeah, it'll be Carolina. Well, I feel pretty good about that.
Which checking my calendar is after Halloween. Secondly,
you can listen to my clip. I was very specific with what I said.
Secondly,
very specific.
Check the tape. Secondly, Matt Lafleur says Brandon McManus is day-to-day. He would not kick today anyway. They don't kick on Thursdays. They kick on Wednesdays and Fridays. Quoting from Wes Hodkiewicz, "I don't moonlight as a kicking coach. That's why I said I was concerned. Would I like to see him kick throughout the week? Yeah, but he's been doing this for a while." And finally, Matt Lafleur on officials not calling holding on Micah Parsons, which we talked about earlier in the week as well. You send stuff into the league occasionally. That's definitely going to be a conversation pregame. So Tausch, when he works the refs, he's going to be saying, hey, dude, keep an eye on number one. I know if he had a double-digit number, you'd see it more often, but he's getting held a lot.
Yeah. Coaches maneuvering refs works. It works in Little League, it works in high school, it works in college, and it works in the pros. So they're going to continue to do it. That's why they do it. It can be annoying, but you have to continue to fight for your players when you feel like stuff is happening. And Matt Lafleur, I've been very critical of sometimes he's overly emotional. I want him working the refs on this because Micah has been getting held at a pretty high clip.
Your guy, Ian Rappaport, Rap Sheets, resharing one of the tweets from the press conference and saying that the Cowboys know this feeling. They complained about it many times over the years. Seems to me that is I would be very irritated if I was a coach who had an elite pass rusher, because there's non-elite pass rushers that are just really good actors, and they do the flailing thing.
Oh, I hate that. Za'Darius is really good at it. He'd flop. That's the stuff that it drives you nuts as an O-lineman and as a coach.
I bet.
But they teach him that, and by the way, it works. That's why they do it.
So maybe we need a little more Micah flopping. But again, he's so good that there are times when you think the rep is over, and then suddenly he pops out of a double team and he's right on top of the quarterback. So he's got to learn to be more of a flopper. You need to learn that if you make the switch to Associated Bank, you will get the best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove that. But whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection, or whether it's Packers, Brewers, or Badgers checking, and we got an event we got cooking up later this next month in November with Associated Bank as well. Just make the switch. I know it's a pain. I know you're thinking, I don't want to change my accounts, my auto pays. They make it easy. They made it easy for us, and they'll make it easy for you as well. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. The Jesse Nelson Show featuring Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and Barry Alvarez. We will hear from the Jesse Nelson Show live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
That's rude.
Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Audi Madison is where performance meets precision. Take advantage of the 3.99% APR for 72 months, plus $6,000 customer bonus when you purchase a 2025 Audi A6 sedan 5.5 TFSI Quattro. No down payment to qualified credit, must finance through Wells Fargo. Customer bonus is only available until November 3rd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
When the leaves start to fall and your roof starts to call, fix it in the fall, fix it in the fall. If your shingle's looking rough and your gutter's full of stuff, get it fixed before it's froze, man. It's time to call the pro. We patch it, we match it, we stop that drip. Free estimates, quick fix, don't let your roof slip. Your home's your castle, we keep it tight. Call Avondale Roofing, they roof it right. Fall deals dropping it like it's hot. Call Avondale Roofing at 855-819-7663.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers. It's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice. Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch, Neutral, flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
Jesse, I'm sorry. Did you think it was rude of me to refer to this program that you do weekly as the Jesse Nelson Show?
Yeah. That is not the name of the show.
So just to be clear, when Go Boo in a Bar got 1 million views.
Go Boo in a Bar.
Did you say?
I think it was 1.5 million, wasn't it, John?
1.4 last I checked. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say Barry Alvarez went viral, or did you say? And I'm quoting now.
He didn't.
I went viral.
I went viral on the Barry Alvarez show.
I mean, that's not what
he
you
did say.
said.
I went viral.
Yeah. So again,
on the Barry Alvarez show.
And then I believe, Jason, didn't he continue to talk because he did something else that went viral?
He
said,
Mike
I've been
McCarthy
viral all week,
clip
and that's what I told him to get some
at the
penicillin.
volleyball match. Yeah,
That was a big one. Yeah.
And again, I went viral. I'm very viral. A lot
You
of
did
viral.
say that.
Me. That's you.
Could use another
Jesse.
thing here in the next few days. We haven't been viral in a couple of weeks.
Well, Brusty went.
Maybe you should
Brusty was pretty
question
viral
the
yesterday.
effort level of the Milwaukee Brewers. That seems to work. All right, Jesse, do you have like special? Do you have like the opening montage that I hope they still play it at Badgers games. I always enjoy this with the U2 song in the background and Barry Alvarez saying, "You better get your tickets now because before long there won't be any." The Barry Alvarez Show, hosted by Jesse Nelson, with some interesting tidbits this week. Jesse, take it away.
Consider it the radio version of a conversation at the water cooler. It's time for Did You Hear This on Wilde and Tausch.
The Barry Alvarez edition of Did You Hear This? That's right.
The
Barry
Jesse
Alvarez
Nelson
show
edition.
this week. Coach had some interesting things to say, and they are picking up some steam on social media. We've seen throughout the course of the week as they've been released. We did do the show right before Game 1 of the NLCS, so it got buried a little bit. No pun intended.
Buried.
Yeah, it did. Here is what the head coach or former director of athletics or Badgers legend had to say about Wisconsin's 37-0 loss to the Iowa Hawkeyes on Saturday night.
They showed up to play. And to see us out of the game in the first quarter.
Before the game. We're getting penalties before the game.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to get started there, but let's talk about us playing. But that's a good point, Derek. Very good point. When you don't have the discipline, and some player who probably doesn't even touch the field gets a penalty, I'd have sent his fanny home right there. He'd have been off the field, packing. I mean, that is not. We're not all about that. He should have been trained and known a hell of a lot more than to do anything close to that. But to not even be competitive and out of the game in the first quarter, man, that's hard to fathom. And boy, it was disheartening to watch that.
Anytime Barry says fanny, which he's good for one or two of those a year on this show, that's gold. He's right, though, right? Like, that was a real tone setter before kickoff even happened. Picking up a 15-yard penalty pregame, which really made the rest of the performance all the more disheartening, I thought was a good adjective that Coach used to describe the performance on Saturday night.
This is always a fine line that I think coaches are always trying to figure out, because you got embarrassed down in Iowa City last year, and you've made it very well known that you kind of emptied your bucket for this game with the push-ups and the photos around the complex, and just the reminder of we're training all offseason for this. And you want guys to bring a lot of juice to the table, but you have to stay within the rules of it. And I thought it did set a tone that it wasn't great on Wisconsin's side, because we couldn't control our emotions, and it ended up, I just remember Iowa won the toss and they took the ball, and I was surprised because I had not seen the flag yet, or I did, but I don't know if they had announced what happened. And I thought it might just be like an offsetting deal. But then when Iowa took the ball, they took the ball because of that penalty. And was that the reason we didn't win the game? Obviously not. But it did start kind of that ball rolling down the hill. And Barry, kind of talking about sending guys the fannies and all this other stuff. You need to make sure you have everybody bought in. And I think last week, and I said this on the broadcast, it reminded me on a lesser scale when we would play, when Favre went up to Minnesota, and we were all amped up.
Yeah.
And everything put in, and it ended up hurting us.
Yeah,
because we were instead of just playing ball, I think we let those emotions get the better of us and get out of character. Now, again, I don't think it would have mattered the way the game shook out on Saturday, but I understood Barry's point on that.
Yeah, he's I appreciate that he is the GOAT when it comes to Wisconsin football coaches. He is a legend. I am glad we have him every week. I would really be curious. It would be nice if the Badgers were in a different place, because I think it would be really interesting to get his thoughts on things when they're humming or when they're having some ups and downs. It's starting to be the same. He's starting to run out of conversations because now he doesn't want to tell people not to come to the games. He doesn't want to tell them, go boo in a bar. He doesn't want to do that. So now And then they go out
sounds
there.
Like the host. Sounds like the host needs to come up with some different angles to get Barry maybe in a different direction.
Well, I asked him. Tough to go boo in a bar when the bars on Regent Street turned the game off at halftime to turn the Brewers game on. It's
a pretty good line. You were proud of that, weren't you?
Proud of that.
The Jesse Nelson show.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I guess my point is that he's in a spot where, and I want him to be honest, man. I don't. Again, as we said at the time, in my opinion, when things are going poorly, I don't think it behooves you to tell your fans, we don't want you to come if you're going to boo. Because you want them coming. And you don't want them to be apathetic, and you don't want this to become what it was before you got here, which is what it was in the Don Morton era. At the same time, he really is in a tough spot because he says what he does about the booing, and then he he tries to walk it back or at least soften the blow. And then a team that, as you pointed out, Tausch, had put all of its eggs into its Hawkeye basket. Like, these guys called us a bunch of cream puffs, and they whipped us last year. And this was the red circle on the calendar game. And to get run out of your own gym and to have, let's be honest, the quarterbacking, you never had a chance to win with the way that game started. It was over shortly after it started. So Barry's in a spot where, what do you want him to say? I thought that answer was pretty good, frankly, given the parameters of what he's dealing with. But 37-0. When I was talking with Christian Welch earlier in the week, and he's saying, oh, we got our own problems. He was not trash-talking Wisconsin at all. I noticed on yesterday when I saw him, he smirked and said, yeah, that was embarrassing for you guys.
So do you have to go to the do you have to go to the car show with him?
We never did manage to connect on the Iola car show wager.
Dressed as Herbie Hawkeye, you have to go to the car show.
That would have been
Elmo.
something.
Did you hear this?
We know Paul would be on board with that. That we do know.
Hang on.
Well,
where'd it go?
Put the picture on.
Jesse's only saying hang on because he wants to put that on the video
There it is.
feed.
Yeah, there
No,
we go.
I know. I know exactly what
for
was
the
going
reference.
on.
Yeah, couldn't find it. All right. You get to critique my question asking on this one.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Last one here. I set up. You'll hear how I set up the question. It's about establishing an identity. What Christian Allegro said after the game.
When you have a player, and Coach, I'll ask you this first. When you have a player, especially a leader on the defensive side of the ball like Christian Allegro is, and he says he doesn't know what the identity of the team is. That was one of the things that he mentioned since the conclusion of the game on Saturday
red
night.
flag when that's coming from your leader.
I'm sure it's a major red flag, but where do you even start if you as a head coach hear one of your players say that? What do you do first?
I'd call a staff meeting immediately, and I'd address some things because, I mean, it's too damn late now. Are you going to start establish an identity? You're into the season. You're into conference play.
We're halfway home.
That has to happen in the off season, in 2-a-days, preseason. That's how you establish identity. What do you mean you don't have an established identity? Our guys will tell you right now, our identity was we're going to be physical. Because they were physical every day. And then we would review it after practice in the evening. And you weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field unless you'd mix it up and you were.
Yeah, look, they have an identity. Tausch, I'm leaving you out of this. Their identity is they're not very good. This idea that, we don't have an identity. Yeah, good teams establish an identity. We're really tough defensively. We run the ball well. We're very physical. We have an elite quarterback who can make every throw. Those are all identities. This is an identity too, unfortunately. We're not very good. We don't do the little things right and we don't do the big things right. You don't want to have that identity, but having watched their games and listened to Tausch and Matt LePay on the call with my Varsity app, I don't like what I've seen, but there's an identity there. It's just not one you want. Sorry.
Jason?
No, I thought you were leaving me out of this. I thought you were going to keep going.
No, I
Listen,
was.
This season, and again, you lose your quarterback. There's always excuses, and there's always ways you can look at it. But the bottom line is this season has just gone off the rails, especially as of late. And in today's climate, with guys transferring in and out, it's just so important to get that going and to have that started so that guys buy in, because it's tough, man. As a coach and as a staff, Barry mentioned it back in Barry's day. Guys were always going to be bought in. You didn't have a choice. You were going to be bought in. Now there are more options, and it's a lot easier. And when Gardo joined us a few years ago, it was one of his big complaints about the NCAA system.
Yep.
You hit a little adversity, deuces. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but what I am saying is this group right now, with all of the quarterback play and all of the different things, the line changes and everything else, offensively, you can't beat anybody by averaging 6.7.
But you could always have 6 or 7 Coors Lights afterward, and maybe you'd feel better then.
Well, no doubt about that. Whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience during the game, celebrating a big win, like out in L.A. tonight, let's go! You just want to have a moment to chill. Crack open that Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So it is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 Crafted Flats pizzas. Mark Tauscher here, and new at Pizza Hut, 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch, and Nashville hot chicken. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 handcrafted flats at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Tyler Vogt, Middleton High School. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, you play football and baseball.
Yep.
Baseball had always been your love, but kind of changed a little bit when you got to high school.
Yeah, so I started football my freshman year, and I was like, man, this is something. This is awesome. And baseball my whole life. I mean, I still love it. I plan to play in the spring, and I'll just have fun with it.
What kind of impact will Middleton leave on you when you leave this campus?
I'm proud to be a Cardinal. I will always be proud to be a Cardinal. The community, the love, the brotherhood within the football team, within the baseball team. We talked about the welcoming factor. You go into that school and you feel welcomed. You feel loved. You feel like you belong. I'll always remember that.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time for me to fly. Oh, I got to set myself free. Time for me to fly. That's just how it's got to be.
I know it hurts to say goodbye. REO Speedwagon, I've got one of their playlists on Spotify. Now, if only I could get my own show on Spotify. Yeah. Time now for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Old man football tonight on Thursday Night Football. If you're not watching the Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers, or after the Brewers and Dodgers are done.
Yeah.
For the second time in NFL history, a matchup of two 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks in
Brady and Breeze.
Brady and Breeze. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was Brady and Breeze. That was
he stole his thunder.
The entire thing I was building up to was who was the other matchup besides Aaron
I thought
Rodgers
it was a trivia question.
Yeah,
it felt trivia-ish to me.
You jumped. Yeah, I didn't finish. I'm Trebek. Didn't finish saying the question, and you just buzzed in and said it.
But I didn't say who is, so I'm not eligible.
I don't think you can buzz. Don't you? Isn't that part of the? Isn't that part of Jeopardy? You can't buzz in until he's finished the last word of the question.
That's what made Jeopardy James so good. He practiced timing up the buzzer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Drew Brees and Tom Brady.
It was Drew Brees and Tom Brady thrice when Brady was with the Buccaneers and Brees was with the Saints.
So tonight, I assume it's Bengals Steelers.
Correct. Thursday Night Football.
No, I think Flacco got traded back to the Browns. I think it's Browns.
He's on the Cardinals this week.
Gel, you know what's interesting, and I don't know where you're going with this because obviously I jumped the gun.
Just looking for your thoughts on the Aaron Rodgers warm-up game for getting the Packers next week.
I want to get to something first on that, and that is, do you realize that season, for everybody that's crowning Detroit, crowning Green Bay, whatever it is, you realize in that season, the New Orleans Saints to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 38-3 in one of their regular season games. I'm talking just pop, 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 pop. And I think they beat them twice. And what happened in the playoffs? Tommy Boy went down to Nolans and right back at him. It's just another reminder that just because something happens, that doesn't mean it's going to continue down that path. Just because the G&G to Detroit in the beginning of the season, and maybe Green Bay over to the Thanksgiving Day game will doesn't mean anything. It all comes down to that
down,
playoffs.
please.
It's kind of fun.
I
I've
like
had some
it.
fun with it. But you understand what I'm saying, and that is what was interesting about. That's where I even got the Tommy versus Drew, is because you got the old man ice. What are they calling it? The icy hot bowl.
The icy
tonight,
hot bowl.
or the,
Yeah.
They sell ice
Yeah.
cream? Yes, to
use a little
Tausch's
icy
point,
hot. Pack's a little snug.
the New Orleans Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the opener of the 2020 season, 34-23, and then on November 8th, defeated the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers 38-3. Thank you for playing. But then in the postseason, a 30-20 win as the Buccaneers beat Washington, New Orleans, Green Bay, and Kansas City on their way to the title.
That Green Bay game. You know what? Everybody always looks back at that Seattle debacle. I think that Tampa debacle, it obviously ain't as painful, but ugh. As far as what we're expecting tonight, this needs to be a win for Rodgers and the Steelers. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't. Early road game, middle of the week, a lot of older players. You got the bye kind of out there. I think Pittsburgh they found a way, and I thought it was really important for that group, a little bit of a mercurial group, if you will, to get off to that start. And I'm going to tell you, the way things have lined up with Joey B getting hurt and Lamar J getting hurt, and the Browns just stinking and never getting rid of anybody. They got that guy they hired in 2016, and it completely. How can that dude? He needs to write a book on how to stay in a job and be completely inept. How many mistakes has that dude made? What's his name? The Moneyball dude for the Browns. That's basically running the show.
Podesta.
How is he still working there? And I'm not calling for him to be fired, but I am just amazed. He legit needs to put out a seminar to say, you know what? This is how you keep a job and you're not very good at it. I think a lot of people would sign up for that because he's 9 years in. He made one of the worst trades. They've completely bungled everything. They had the worst contract signed. They've hired and fired coaches. They've drafted guys because somebody on the street has told the owner that he should pick up Manziel. I don't know what the hell is all going on. I don't know if that's in the same timeline, but it adds to the narrative. But the bottom line is, Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers have gotten every break they need to win this division and make things interesting in what is only viewed as a wide-open AFC. I still don't think they'll do it, but I didn't think they'd be in this position. I thought they'd be behind both the Bengals and the Ravens.
Packers, Steelers, Super Bowl 60, Santa Clara, California.
Nope.
In February.
Who, if you had to right now, which team is more likely to go?
I don't know. Next.
Whoa, Nelly!
You just got done illustrating how what you do in the regular season doesn't necessarily even matter because the Buccaneers got their tuchuses whipped 38-3.
Doesn't mean we can't project on our own.
No,
I'm trying to be
remember,
mindful
Jason
of the
doesn't
clock.
project. He doesn't predict.
That was an
he doesn't do
all-time,
that.
I don't know.
That is more annoying than, so Jason, break down training camp. What's going on at minicamp? Nothing. All right, glad you took off the show and skedaddled over there to get it. It was great that you gave us those insights from the sideline.
I didn't take off the show.
What are they doing down there?
The
I don't know. They're throwing cones up there. I don't know.
They had an obstacle course set up, and then they aborted that mission. Next!
Can you imagine if I'm listening to Dom and Jerry on the post-game show, coming back from NLCS Game 2? Hey,
what can the Brewers do to come back from this series? I don't know.
What'd you think of Yamamoto? I don't know.
Are you really going to compare post-game analysis to those two examples?
It's a pretty simple question. The Steelers are 4-1. The Packers are 3-1-1. They're going to be setting up for a tussle next week. More than likely, they'll be 5-1. We'll be 4-1-1. Well, which team do you think? In the AFC, it's wide open. You got the Chiefs. In NFC, you got the Lions. You got Philly. You got Tampa. What do you think? And our great 30-year veteran of the NFL, his response, Jesse?
I don't know.
There we go. You ain't going to get that. Hey, let me tell you something. You ain't getting that analysis anywhere else. I can promise you that.
Are you done?
I don't know. I don't know. I certainly hope so, but I don't know.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Strong words from Coach.
I mean, it's too damn late now.
Barry Alvarez sounding off as Wisconsin still searches for its identity under Luke Fickell. Coach recalling the steps he took to make the changes necessary to become a Big Ten powerhouse. More from the Barry Alvarez Show.
That has to happen in the offseason, in 2 days, preseason. Our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. You weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania has 2 games on the final week of the regular season. First, on Thursday night, Jesse Nelson and the Dean Dennis Summerall will be at Madison West as they try to secure a spot in the playoffs against the first-place Middleton Cardinals. Coverage starts at 6:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Then, on Friday, join me, Hunter Vaughn, and the Dean as Sauk Prairie and Edgewood battle for a Badger Small Conference title. Again, coverage will start at 6:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Let's go! Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy, unleash the beast.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Game 3.
This is hit a ton. It is out of here. First pitch of the ball game. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
Give me the green light. Oh, yeah. Cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. Let's go. What you waiting for? You only got one life.
We wrap up Wilde and Tausch as we get ready for Super Bowl 60 between the Steelers and Packers. Hey, Tausch, as of right now, between the Steelers and the Packers, which of those teams do you think is most likely to be playing in the Super Bowl?
I don't know. Who knows, right?
Good answer. Good answer.
How could we possibly... The correct answer is the Green Bay Packers, and I don't think it's very close. I just don't. I think
disagree.
That Kansas City, Buffalo... I would argue the only reason I would say you could even think about Pittsburgh is that what are you doing? Now you all of a sudden have an opinion?
Well, to suggest that it's such a slam dunk answer...
No, I didn't say slam
dunk.
I said I don't think it's that close. It's not a slam dunk.
I think the AFC is a lot more wide open for the Steelers to go take it. The NFC is pretty top-heavy between the Lions, Bucks, Eagles, and Packers. I'm sorry, I forgot about Nuthawack.
You guys keep forgetting. You understand the Chiefs are getting better and better and better. Chiefs are going to end up in the Super Bowl. You almost book it.
Yeah, but
you think the Chiefs are going to lose to the Steelers?
Mahomes isn't retiring after the season. He's not playing with extra
motivation. They got referees
motivation.
calling up 30 minutes after a play's done and getting a penalty thrown, which is unheard of.
Allegedly.
I don't know about allegedly. I'll say allegedly because I don't want to get sued, but I don't know. Allegedly. Not good. Not good, Bob.
It's a good thing we've got another show tomorrow so we can focus on Packers Cardinals, since that game is the next one, and then the Steelers matchup is the following week.
And recapping a Brewers win.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, indeed. We will have full discussion of the Brewers' hopefully win over the Los Angeles Dodgers, and we'll get you ready for Packers Cardinals on Sunday when we reconvene tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN